Tonight, there's outrage over photos of U.S. troops posing with severed body parts of Afghan bombers. That's right, the incident happened 2 years ago, but the pictures surfaced today on the front page of the Los Angeles Times. I was sitting in my house this morning, pulled up the paper, and there was this story, and I thought, we got to get into this a little bit. Now, I know this isn't something that you necessarily expect from me, but I want to explain something, which is that I've been doing a radio show for young people for almost 30 years. And the last thing I ever expected in my career was to be talking to young people who were at war. And that's what I've been doing for the last, since the 90s. And it's stunning to me what this has done to young people and the nature of the problems that are coming out of it. And I wanted to explore it a little bit. Now, as far as those pictures go, HLN has not independently confirmed that they're authentic. We're going to show you one. They're intense. So I'm warning you, look away for a second. Now, this one allegedly shows U.S. troops and Afghan police holding the severed legs of dead bombers. Yes, there they are. Now, so why does this happen? What's going on here? Young people at war is really the topic. We're going to explore how this happens in violent war zones. Joining me, former Army doctor, psychiatrist, and PTSD expert, Dr. Harry Croft. He's with us by phone, standing by. I have retired U.S. Army General and CNN contributor, General James Spider Marks, and former U.S. Marine Corps Drill Sergeant Harvey Walden. He's now a trainer, has been a trainer on VH1 Celebrity Fit Club. Harvey, I want to start with you. What is your reaction to these pictures?
The pictures are pretty disturbing. These kids are actually, they're crying for some help.
The soldiers.
The soldiers.
So
right.
you see that as a cry for help when you see soldiers doing stuff like this?
Drew, it's quick for us to judge these guys and these men and women over there fighting for the freedom that we have here. But until you put these boots on and you walk in their boots and see what they go through on a daily basis, it's hard to, you can't crucify these guys.
You were actually tearing up talking about this.
Oh, it burns me up.
Tell me about that, because that's what I want to know. I want to understand being in those boots. We sit back and go, oh my God, this guy went out and shot up a bunch of people. How awful. How is that possible? Right. They're representing our country. How can we allow that to happen? How does that happen?
Multiple deployments. I mean, these guys, the women and men are stressed out.
What is it like to be in those boots?
It's tough. At one point, you could be walking down the street, and these kids are standing there with an AK-47, and next minute, you have to give them a coloring book or crayons. I did that when I was in Fort Knox.
Wait, what do you mean by that? You give them a coloring book and crayons. So you go into, like, you walk into a store, let's say, and you're going to buy lunch.
Well, no, actually, what we did a fund drive down in Radcliffe, Kentucky, down in Fort Knox. And we had all these kids from different schools in the area donate coloring books, crayons, toys, and we gave them to my guys on patrols. And they passed them out to the kids out there on patrols.
In Afghanistan?
Yeah. Afghan and Iraq.
To what? To make friends with the kids so they don't shoot at them?
Well, to get the loyalty. Now those kids let you know if something's going on within that sector of patrol when you're out there.
So you're out there, you're a soldier, you're representing the country, you're trying to keep the peace, and some 5-year-old may come up to you and trip you up.
Drew, you never know what's going to happen out there. These guys, these women and men are facing something different every single time they go outside that wire. The stress just being out there, walking in those boots, patrolling along those mountains or even in the streets of Iraq, it's tough. And the kids are crying out for some help. They need help. They're stressed out. The parents, we have to give them a better transition. There's one thing that I wish we had a better way of transitioning these guys and gals when they come back. They turn to alcohol, drugs.
Tell me about it.
The domestic violence, the suicide rates are going up.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I retired when I did. I couldn't give 110%.
You tear up every time you talk about this.
It burns me up.
Well, what do you mean burns you up? What does that mean?
We're not giving them enough. There's no transition to help these guys when they come back. We have these textbook treatments for PTSD, but you have to really understand what they're going through and give them something to, the transition. 2 weeks ago, I just had a major surgery, and I had an episode.
Of PTSD?
I don't know what it was. All I know is it took them 45 minutes
to get you down.
To get me down. And that's how I came out of that anesthesia from the surgery. And, hey, I didn't know what the heck happened.
Yeah.
All I know is I was looking for a weapon and looking for, my Marines.
And I just smacked your forearm. It kind of scares me that hard.
Oh, no, you're right now. I'm sure it wore off now after 3 weeks' time, 2 weeks' time.